Suzuki S-Cross Review. What is it? The outgoing Suzuki SX4 S-Cross wasn't a car imbued with much drama or excitement. It launched looking suspiciously like Umki Qashqai, offering a similar bunch of skills but costing the kind of money new that the Nissan commanded on the used market. It was a sensible buy above literally everything else. But lasting over 8 years on sale, longer than the usual 5 or 6 year lifespan typical across the industry, it clearly did a solid job for Suzuki. Nevertheless, the new one is here and looks more beguiling. It ain't pretty, but which crossover is? Rivals like the Peugeot 3008 and Hyundai Tucson have proved a bit of aesthetic bravado can go far in such a crowded segment. The latest S-Cross isn't quite in their league, but for once it might warrant a second glance as you stroll past. In the words of Suzuki itself, the car now looks right. What's new beyond the styling? Actually, not a huge amount. Suzuki's kept the recipe intact, offering the new S-Cross with the same mild hybrid powertrain as the outgoing one. It sees a 1.4-litre turbocharged petrol engine, which Suzuki calls Boosterjet, making us think it was named by a toddler on Bring Your Child to Work Day, with 128 brake horsepower per 173 pounds-feet peaks driving either the front or all four wheels. Depending on spec, the hybrid bit is extremely mild. It's the same 48V architecture as the latest Swift Sport and doesn't allow for any emission-free running or such like. It apparently papers over the Boosterjet's low-down turbo lag while smoothing out the stop-start function in traffic. A full hybrid will follow in time. Suzuki claims 53.2 miles per gallon and 120 km of CO2 emissions for the S-Cross as a base FWD manual, with those figures respectively dipping and rising as you add an automatic gearbox or 4x4 transmission. Though claiming 46.3 miles per gallon and 139 km in its most decadent trim, the S-Cross shouldn't attract the ire of Extinction Rebellion too abruptly. Not least because with its 9.5 seconds 0 to 62 miles per hour time and 118 miles per hour top speed, performance is best described as tame. At least on paper. So I only have one engine to choose from. Yep, and just two specs as well. They're called Motion and Ultra, and the latter is basically your only way to snare four-wheel drive. The Motion costs £24,995 and comes with very few blanked-off switches. There's 17 inches alloys, heated front seats, a 7.0 inches touchscreen with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and a whole bunch of active safety systems all as standard. The only options boxes you can tick are for metallic paint, £550, or the Auto box, £1,350. If you want 4WD, you need to go for the S-Cross Ultra, which costs £29,799 and as well as a driven rear axle, adds another 2 inches to the touchscreen, a 360-degree parking camera, which works very well indeed, part leather seats and a ginormous panoramic sunroof.